All right, we are live and in living color. Welcome to another fantastic episode of This Week in Reselling, where we interview special guests each and every week from different walks of life in the reselling world. Here we'll discuss the highs and lows of reselling and dive into great conversation. We're positive that you're going to hear something that's going to help you become a better reseller. I'm your host, Ray, and I am not joined again by my co-host Dustin. He is MIA. He had a bit of a birthday party he went to, so he might be a little bit inebriated. So if he jumps on, it could be an interesting episode. But I digress because we have an incredible guest. We have none other than Chris, the bearded thrifter, is here in the flesh. Chris, how are you doing this fine Sunday evening, sir?
Good. How are you, man?
I'm doing great. Chris, thank you so much for coming on. I just want to go ahead and say that. I've been wanting to have you on for a minute just because, you know, we kind of are in the same kind of circle, but different. And we've never really talked or introduced each other. So just kind of get to know you, I think would be super cool. And then just not sharing you, but, you know, you see, I mean, your videos are everywhere, but you're usually behind the camera. So people don't really know the face to the voice. So now they can kind of put a name to the voice and a face to the voice and just kind of see who the bearded thrifter is.
Yeah, see, I'm not good in front. I mean, I do lives. I used to do lives on Facebook all the time, and I just do packing lives. But, and then I started doing like lives with K-Way. Me and him did a live, I think it was every like Thursday. And it was kind of like a podcast kind of vibe. But we did it every Thursday, and we hung out and like talked, and that was cool. But I don't know, I just kind of got bored with it, I guess. I don't know, and
it is weird because I don't know, like for me, like making reselling content, like especially on YouTube, you know, you have to do things to make your videos like stand out on YouTube. I'm a reseller first. I'm not like a YouTuber content creator. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like, I'm not trying to be a huge content creator. I want to be a reseller, and I want to share my experience to everybody, you know? So that's where I am. That's where the boat that I am. I'm going to be a reseller first and then make content about reselling. Yep. And then if that gets eyeballs on them, then that's another thing. But I'm not making content to make content. Does that make any sense?
I try to. That's kind of how I am too. Like, I want to resell first before like doing the content. And when I first started, I got like addicted to TikTok, and I was just like, man, like I need to go live all the time because I was doing it daily, every night for like when I first like started. I was like, this is awesome, and then I just kind of got burnt out, and I was like. I kept pushing reselling kind of back because of it. And I was like, I need to chill out and focus more on actually this and selling stuff and making money.
Exactly. Well, I mean, both of it can be lucrative for sure. So, but there's a balance. And especially, I know you don't do this full time, right, Chris? You're a part-time or part-timer.
Yeah.
Quote unquote. So you got a regular job like myself. Have a regular job, quote unquote. And then on top of that, we probably put in 40 hours plus a week on you know what I mean?
Sure,
reselling. So to be able to resell, go to our normal jobs and then make content through that, it's a lot of work. And I have a wife, just a wife, and you have a family. So I can't imagine how your time is like.
It's rough. There's not any time. Like there's not enough time for sure. By the time I get home, it's 5:00, and to do anything really is because I try to make a video right when I get home. So I'll get home and I'll spend 30, 45 minutes maybe to try to make a small little reel. Sometimes it takes me longer because I'm terrible at the voiceovers and they suck sometimes. But I don't know. I mean, there's just definitely not enough time,
I know I get into this a lot, especially with part-timers, resellers like ourselves, is how do you I know how long. Well, let's get into this first, and I'll come back to this question, Chris. So let's talk about the inception of Bearded Thrifter. Like, how did Chris come about reselling? And then, of course, you probably from reselling went into content creation. But how did that ball start rolling? Was it like by mistake? Did you see Gary V, shouting at you through a TV, or did you see American Pickers on the History Channel? Like, how did that come about? Because normally, like a lot of the people that I have on the podcast is they've kind of like grew up with it. Like their parents got into it. But how did that even come about?
Or just like you just said, my dad used to do a lot of similar stuff, I guess, but nothing like online. He would always do just like flea markets or garage sales, and he would go like garbage picking a lot. He would find all these like lawn mowers and stuff like that and sell them at the garage sales and make money. And I was like, that's actually interesting. And then when I got older, I started doing it more and more, and I was making a lot of money. And then for content creation, it was more of just TikTok. I was scrolling on TikTok, and it was actually American Arbitrage, Gary. And I kept seeing his videos pop up and pop up. I was like, I was like, why don't I do this? I was like, this seems interesting. So I started, posting little videos, and they actually got some views. And I was like, okay, people like this. So I just started making small clips.
So how long were you considered like a good part-time from being a kid? Like, when did that ball really start rolling? From eBay. What all platforms do you sell on currently, Chris?
Just eBay.
Just eBay?
I do Facebook Marketplace, like for big stuff, but I avoid that. Like I probably sold maybe, I used to do Facebook Marketplace a lot more, like back maybe 5-6 years ago when it wasn't as crappy, but now it's just, I feel like it's terrible now. But I'd say I really got into reselling where it's like worth it to me and like kind of like a second income about 4 years ago, 3-4 years ago.
Yeah. Pre-2020 pandemic. A lot of people usually got onto that train on 2020, but you're like us. We were there, before the gold rush of reselling during the pandemic. So
yeah, because I actually dipped my toes into an antique booth the year like the pandemic hit. So like that January, I was like, oh, you know what? I'll open up an antique booth. This would be cool. And I opened it up, and like January was like pretty cool. I think it hit around February for the pandemic or something.
Yeah, like February, March.
Yeah. Yeah. And for like 3 months, it was just terrible. Like no one was going to this place. It was closed. And that kind of turned me off from having an antique booth. But I might relook into that. But I feel like it's a lot of work.
I've never had an antique booth myself, but I can see the work, and I don't know. I try to keep my overhead as minimal as possible with rent, and right now I'm kind of Dustin and I, we're kind of at this weird place right now to where we want to be able to rent a space going forward just for maybe having like a podcast studio, and then having a just like a place to have all of our inventory, because eventually we want to purchase pallets because Whatnot is doing so well for us. We can see that being really pivoting our reselling strategy to maybe selling on Whatnot 70% Whatnot, 40% eBay, because it's we had a Whatnot yesterday and we sold 80 electronic items, and we for a average sell cost of like $14. Wow. And then average buy cost is like $4 because we go to like the bins and stuff.
Yeah.
So that's where we're in like a little bit of a transition phase, which is trying to figure that out. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
Do you do what now, like every day, or do you have like a certain day?
So back to the time management, Chris. So because both of us work full-time jobs, the only time that we can do it is once a week. I do a separate whatnot for Lego minifigures on Fridays just because I like doing it and it's easy. You know, you're shipping these little toys out and it's super easy. I can sit here on my desk and then just ship everything out in like 30 minutes. Yeah. But when you're dealing with like these huge, like literally today I spent all day shipping, packing 80 different orders of whatnot stuff. And it has to be out in 2 days.
Yeah.
You know? So we're relatively new, so we want to hit that 1,000 mark, 1,000 items sold, so the funds get into our bank accounts instantly without it being shipped. But yeah, it's weird, and we're trying to figure that strategy out. Are you? But doing that, back to our original question, Chris, the time management as a part-time reseller. How do you combat that? Having a family, having a full-time job, quote unquote, and then having another full-time job as a reseller and then a content creator. You got to take some time off for yourself. Cause I know with me, I'm like, sometimes I'm like, I don't want to do it. I just like want to sit on the couch and be a vegetable. But even then I feel guilty cause I'm not doing anything.
Yeah. I don't know. I have days where I do reposts. So like, I'll just be like, tired. I'll be like, I don't feel like creating a video. I kind of go back to like an older video and kind of
tweak it a little.
I tweak it just a hair where it's slightly different, or like, you know, add additional sound effects or something stupid, just to kind of throw another video out there. Because I've been on like a daily upload for, I don't know, quite some time now, and I try to be, even if it's like a re-upload. I mean, some of the re-uploads do better than the original upload.
It's weird. The algorithm is a little weird. I mean, I haven't made a TikTok video probably in some time now, and now it's all whatnot related content. I don't know if people even want to see that. Yeah. But yeah, it's interesting. I repost all my TikToks on YouTube Shorts and then Reels like constantly, just because I haven't made a new video recently. But I think I'm gonna get back on that boat. I got burnt out like super quick. But I like doing this stuff because I like having conversation with people that I like talking to, you know?
See, I don't mind doing the lives like this. It just, to get me to this point, I'm just like, man, like earlier today, I was like, man, I got to go on live tonight. I was like, and then like now that I'm here, it's like, you know, it's completely cool. It just getting me to this point where I actually turn on my camera and go live is the part that I can't get to. Which, because I like doing it, and when I was doing my packing lives before, I built a really good audience with it, and I was having a like consistent, you know, 100+ viewers on my Facebook all the time, and it was cool to hang out, package up orders, you know, answer questions.
It's tough, man. Yeah, sometimes you just want to do. You gotta, you know, like, you know, you gotta, you know. Do, you know, it's just you're not per se playing a character, but you have to be entertaining and not be boring. Exactly. And it takes a lot. It does take a lot. But someone that is never boring and is a character, Dustin, I don't know about that 4K, son.
Hey, it says that on the camera it's 4K, so
I don't know, man. I don't know. You might want to take that back.
Look how clear I am. You may go back to the other one. Hold on. Let's see if we can do the difference. I think it's just
the lighting. You gotta.
Yeah, that might.
My lighting's terrible. I'm in my living room. I mean, come on.
Dustin's
I don't have
coming
a
in
camera.
from undisclosed.
All right, we're gonna do a difference. All right, this is the 4K versus this is the front camera. Look how yellow the front camera is.
I kind of like the front camera better. I don't know, chat.
Look how yellow that is.
I mean, go back to the. Maybe you guys got to tinker with your settings, but let us know, chat.
Hey, this is the first run with it. This is upgraded to 4K.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I think it's just might be the lighting. It might be just the lighting.
Like a small little ring light, I'm sure that would be good right there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I need a. Well, anybody got a ring light?
I got a ring light.
We'll get you one, Dustin. We'll get you one.
I bought it from the bins, actually.
There we go.
For $3.
Yeah, that looks better, Dustin. That looks better. Well, Dustin's in the building. All right.
Yes, sir.
Let's say hi to some people in the chat. Dustin, this is Chris, Bearded Thrifter. Chris, this is my brother-in-law. Dustin,
How's it going?
coming in crispy 4K, 56K dial-up.
56K.
So we have our boy. I can never say this, Dustin. I'm a sell it. I am our. Help me out, Dustin. I'm a resell it.
I'm a
resell it. That's it. We have our boy Joe or Nicole in the building, and we have our boy Ken. Good to see you, Danielle. They say, hey, excited to catch this live. We're excited for you to be here. We have Laura. Good evening. Good to see you, Laura Joy. We have Yoself Shaw. Yoself, hey buddy. You know Yoself? I don't know if he's talking to you, Chris. What do you here? Guys, if you have questions for us, make sure to put them down in the chat. What do you guys make your money on starting to thrift and flea markets? That's a great question. Chris, do you want to start first, or do you want to?
I don't really have a specific item. I sell literally everything. So like that question is the hardest question for me to answer. Like today I bought, a really cool Disney Mickey Mouse jacket, and I bought electronics. I bought a bunch of toys. I bought just a bunch of different items. Whatever catches my eye when I'm passing it by, I'll either do like a quick little say this car just happens to be there. If I see it, I kind of put the item in my mind and I kind of walk away from the seller, quickly look it up, and then if it's good, I'll go right back. Or if it's something cheap enough, I just take a gamble and it's
exactly. Yourself Shaw. My recommendation, and Dustin's for sure, because we always talk about this. Start buying what you know. If you're a Pokemon expert, if you're a clothing expert, things that you like that you know about, that's what you should start reselling, and just buy low, sell high, right, Dustin?
Absolutely. Or risk it for the biscuit.
There you go. Risk it for the biscuit. There you go. So he's also saying if you guys get sealed VHS tapes, that's worth money. I think he's been hanging out with our boy Mr. Brown too much. You got to be careful with those VHS tapes because a lot of people are resealing them now. So you got to be careful. You got to be careful.
I just bought a sealed VHS tape today. Actually, it was Elf. Yeah.
Ooh,
Alien Life Form.
The one with it's like a really silvery.
Did you say Elf or Alf?
Elf.
Yeah. Will Ferrell. Okay.
Will
Ferrell, baby.
Gotcha. I'm thinking Alf. The alien that eats the cats.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's see here. eBay, but starting to cross post on Poshmark. Interesting. Okay. Where are you located? Oh, he's talking about host yourself. Let's see here. Well, thank you all so much for coming by. And all right. So, Chris, are you ready for our first segment of the show? Get to know you a little better.
Sure. Let's do it.
All right. So, first segment of the show, it's called Overrated, Underrated, where we're going to give you 10 different subjects, 5 being reselling related, 5 not being reselling related. And you're going to let us know in your opinion if they're overrated or underrated. All right?
All right.
All right. Before we get into that, we do want to give a shout out to the sponsor of the podcast, and that's our good friends over at My Reseller Genie, the best accounting and analytics solution for all resellers. Guys, if you did your taxes last year and it was a complete disaster and you hate doing them, go over to My Reselling Genie and use the code NashvilleFlippers, all caps, and get that 15% off your first month. And guys, if you have any questions about My Reseller Genie, we did do a podcast with the creators of My Reseller Genie, Paul and Faith. So check that out if you have any questions, and you got to try it out, guys. I'm telling you, it's worth every penny and your peace of mind. So, Chris, you ready? Number 1,
Yep.
Overrated, underrated, pawn shops.
That's
We got some doozies for you today, so I hope you're ready.
I don't really go to pawn shops. I don't know. I feel like they're overrated, I guess. I don't know. There's too many of them, and they're always usually nothing good in them. I mean, there is good stuff, I guess. I mean, depends where your location is, but the ones around me are all always really terrible and like overpriced.
Okay.
So
where are you located in the United States?
I'm in Northwest Indiana.
Northwest Indiana. Okay.
So up towards that, I'm like 30 minutes away from Chicago.
Oh, okay, nice. Okay. Man, that's nice. I bet you got good pawn shops there. Really?
I mean, maybe I just don't like. I don't know. I don't like the pawn shops. I don't really go into them. I actually just went into one last Friday because we were early to the auction we go to, and I don't know. I walked in there. I was in there maybe a whole 2 minutes before. Like, I mean, that's it. They're usually all really small and not really worth browsing around. A lot of instruments and
jewelry, DVDs, tools. Yep. What's the best thing we've found at a pawn shop? Do you recall? Maybe
Nothing.
A video game or something? Yeah.
Nothing.
Yeah,
Absolutely nothing.
No, absolutely nothing. Hey, I'm a reseller that says they're underrated, so he's finding some good stuff somewhere.
I feel like ours are overpriced.
Yeah, you gotta.
I mean, even like the video games, they're always like top dollar and more than I would pay like even online. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I guess one day we should do a whole video, Dustin, of us just going to pawn shops to see if they're profitable.
We can do it.
We should do it.
We might be disappointed, but hey, I mean,
maybe like find like a Skylander that's worth some money, that they like slip through the cracks or something, like you got to find those slip through the cracks items, So, all right,
let's wheel a deal at pawn shops too. I mean, you can always haggle. Like, who was it? I think Harry Tornado. I seen a video where he went to a pawn. That was a long time ago. He went to a pawn shop and he looked at items that were kind of sitting there forever, and he offered them like a low price, and he threw them up on eBay. So, I mean, you can deal with them, but I don't know if it's worth it.
Yeah, maybe Dustin, on our pawn shop video, we should make a deal for like older video games, and then we can sell them on Whatnot, because video games would do well on there, man. It's surprisingly well how good video games do.
All day.
Yeah. Because I don't even know. Yeah, the Super Mario Sunshine sold for. How much did it sell for, Dustin? Do you remember? Over 20, no manual. So that's about market price, I would think. So, but in and out. I bought it for $5 on Whatnot, and I sold it for whatever. 30
Don't tell him, because the guy might be on the live right now. Listen.
He is. He probably is. Our boy, gosh, what's his name? I'm drawing a blank. Anyways, he knew what happened.
Was it NC?
No. It's
okay.
I can't remember. It's gonna come to me, Dustin. So, a pawn shop I had been to basically was using it as a way to source for eBay. They list the items. Yeah, I can see that. I'm sure most pawn shops do that now.
Yeah.
Let's see here. What's this Whatnot, and what you got? What's your guys' page? Whatnot yourself. It's a online auction place where you can sell basically anything, and people bid on the items that you're selling. So Whatnot, and we have a link down in our description. So if you sign up through us, you'll get $15 free, and if you want to sell on there, you'll get some money too. So there's like a little link on our description. So check that out for sure. So you'll get $15 free to use towards the app. So check that out. All right, moving on. Number 2, Dustin.
Number 2, sushi.
Overrated. I don't like sushi. So.
Oh, come on.
I mean, no, I like some sushi, but 95% of it I think is gross.
You're not the kind of guy. You're a guy, aren't you?
You said what?
Shrimp tempura sushi roll. You're that guy.
Is that the
with like the fried shrimp in it, almost?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Okay. That's my go-to. I'm just saying.
I don't know. I just don't like. I don't know. I don't like sushi much. I learned to like it a little more now that I'm older, but I don't really go out just to eat sushi. So
Okay, Chris, what's your like? If we all got together and you invited us to your birthday party, and we're like Dustin and I, let's take Chris on a birthday dinner. Where are we going? Dinner's on us.
I don't know why, but I always go to. Have you guys ever been top golfing?
Oh yeah.
So that's like my favorite. Like that's where we've been the last couple of years for my birthday. So top golf and their food's actually really good there too. So
it's good. It is good.
You get to top golf and you get some good food. I'd say that.
It's like the Chuck E. Cheese of adults.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dustin's a huge golfer. Are you a big golfer, Chris?
Not really. I kind of like going to, like I said, top golf and driving ranges, but that's about it.
There you go. Got to get out. Let's get out on the golf course. Come on. Come down to Nashville. Ray can film us.
I've been twice to like an actual golf course and played all 18 holes.
It's addictive. Once you get
That's me too. I've only been like a couple times.
I know it's definitely cool. Like I really enjoy it, especially riding around in the golf cart. I was like, this is awesome. Like I didn't realize when you play golf, you can drive yourself right to the ball. I was like, man, you're gonna be walking all day doing. I was like, this is not for me.
Now, unless you get close to the green, you can't drive up on the green.
Yeah, you can exactly.
Yeah. I've seen some people do it though. Those city courses, man, they don't care. They're driving up on that green. What are y'all doing?
There we go. What is he saying here? You guys know what sells VHS tapes with commercials and cartoons and sports, and you guys hook up here? If you guys come across any VHS pre-recorded tapes, yeah. If we come across any, man, they're all yours. So Amanda's saying, Amanda, what's up, Fireball? Good to see you. All right, moving on. Number 3. This is a good one because you mentioned this before. In-person auctions, Chris. Oh, overrated, underrated.
I love those. So, but I feel like they're really underrated because nobody goes to them. Like I feel, or nobody, not a lot of people know how to really find them, or I just feel like it's always older people at these. I feel like there's no young people really sourcing at these. It's weird. I don't know. I think auctions are by far the best, especially in person.
I've been to maybe an in-person auction like 3 or 4 times, but man, they nickel and, at least in the auction that I went to, in the fees, man, they nickel and dime the crap out of me. You know, like there's like auction fees and auctioneer fee, you know, so like that $5 item that I purchased ends up being like $15, you know, like at the end of the day. And then
the next part is I have 2 that I go to. I go to one every Friday. So right after work, we drive up to. My wife's actually started coming with me now, so it's pretty cool. So it's kind of our like a date night Friday. We get food and we sit there and at the auction for 5 hours. So, it's nice because there's no auction fees. There's no you pay what you bid, and same with another one that I go to like once a month. It's the same way, so.
Yeah. See, I'm in the same boat. See, auction fees are 18%, then sales tax on top of that. And then if I want to use like a credit card or a debit card, it's like an additional fee. Yeah. So I got to bring a check or bring cash because they're trying to not pay taxes, at the end of the year. And it also, Chris, the last time that I went, not the chair that I'm sitting in now, but I bought a gaming chair. I had it for like a super long time. We're walking around the warehouse, and you know the guy's like selling off all this stuff, and I was like, "What about this chair right here? Can we do that?" Like nobody wanted it, and when they started the auction, then all of a sudden this random person is bidding up against me, and I'm like, "Nobody wanted this chair until I pointed it out, and now this guy wants the chair." So it's like I don't know if there's like plants.
Like people in up, there, yeah.
You know, like bidding up. You ever had an experience like that?
I don't think so. Like they're at the end of the night at the auction that we go to, basically whatever they don't get to, they clear up like 3 tables, and you can go pick those items that they haven't gone through yet and put them on those tables. And there was this one time this guy put a condom machine up there from like a gas station.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there, and this one other guy that has an auction elsewhere, he's like, check out that condom machine. I was like, what? He's like, that's what that white box is. I was like, no way. I was like, I gotta have it. So I'm just sitting there, and the guy's bidding on it. I was like, well, I didn't want it, but I'm bidding now. And that guy was kind of complaining because I bid all the way up to $35. I won it, and I took it home. I took a condom machine home that had lots of graphic things in Sharpie on it that I don't want to say.
Oh, wow. Like graffiti or like words, like just.
Yeah, and body parts and stuff like that all over it. But yeah, I mean, no one was going to bid on it. He was about to take it home for $2. But I was like, no, I got to have that. That's something that I want to sell. And I ended up selling it for like $120.
Wow.
That's crazy.
I shipped it out in a diaper box. So.
So it wasn't very big?
No, it was maybe, I don't know, 24 inch. About 2 feet, 3 feet tall ish.
I haven't
what
seen
an item to receive in a diaper box. That's just great. That's fantastic.
I haven't seen a condom machine in such a long time. Usually I see them in like the interstate gas stations.
Yeah.
You gotta have one at the gas station you worked at, right?
No, we wanted to sell them full price.
You had some fire catfish, though. That's for sure.
That's right.
Yeah, I don't think my auctions are really huge auctions like that to have like people planted and like bid you up. But I'm sure the auctioneer, like the guy that runs the auction, not the auctioneer, but like the guy that actually runs it. I'm sure there's some items that he might tell, like some of his workers bid on stuff, but it's usually for themselves. You kind of have the feel of the people there. But I don't think they necessarily do that where they try to bid you up. He's really fair.
That's good.
He'll come up to me with stuff that he thinks that might be worth it. Like, I'll use this car again. He'll be like, oh, check out this car. Like before the auction starts, because we get there like 30 minutes early. While we're sitting there eating our like dinner, he'll come up to me, drop some items off at my table. He's like, oh, check this out on eBay. And I was like, oh, okay. And it helps.
He's trying to sell his stuff. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah. It definitely works because most of the stuff he brings me is good stuff. And I'm just like, oh, cool. And I usually bid up on it.
Yeah. He knows. He knows, man.
Oh, yeah.
All right. So next one up. This is a good one.
This is random. The song "The Boy Is Mine" by Brandy and Monica.
I've never heard that.
You've never heard that song?
Not by that.
I don't think I've heard it either, honestly.
The Boy Is Mine. Come on, Dustin.
I
want to play it, but I know it'll be demonetized if I play it. But check it out. The Boy Is Mine. Brandy Monica came out 96, 97. You probably were like a little baby back then, Chris.
I was born in 92.
There you go. Yeah. So when we do a reel, I'll make sure to put the song in behind this.
There you go.
So classic. So what's up, Rachel? Good to see you. Glad you can stop by. See, Amanda knows what's up. Love that song. It's an amazing song. All right, moving on.
I'm sorry.
Moving on. Mute your mic and listen to it real quick. Yeah.
Overrated.
Number 5, Whatnot. Do you sell on Whatnot, Chris? Don't you have a Whatnot?
I do, but I haven't sold on it for probably over a year now. I sold on it, last year. I think it's underrated. I feel like not. I mean, I feel like it's kind of in the middle.
Why are you selling on Whatnot? Like, what happened?
I was only selling Pokemon cards.
Okay.
So I was like I even have my own, like, I can't, my thing's mounted, so I can't show you, but like, I have my own.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
My bearded Pokemon cards. And that was my whole thing. That's actually the first kind of content that I was creating was
Pokemon content.
Pokemon. And I was just doing like raffles and like ripping packs open and stuff like that. And then Whatnot came out, and then I started doing Whatnot shows with like card singles and like opening packs on Whatnot. But I did like maybe 8 to 10 shows, maybe, and it just got so. I was on there for like 4 to 6 hours.
Oh no, I can't do that.
I was like, I'm burnt out. I was like, I'm done.
Yeah, Rachel might be able to do it, but not me. Not me.
Nope.
Rachel's on there a lot. But
we were struggling yesterday after 2 hours.
Oh, we were struggling. Yeah. We were towards the end. It was a struggle bus, right, Dustin?
A huge struggle bus.
So we got to find. That was too many. I mean, I think our sweet spot is like 60 items. Wouldn't you agree, Dustin?
I agree, but we're trying to get to that 1,000. So
yeah, we're trying to get to that 1,000.
Do you guys do what is that? Sudden death?
No, if someone bids, and I don't know what it is or not, but if someone bids at the last second, it adds like 10 more seconds.
Okay.
Because we're trying to make the most money we can.
Yeah.
And we did have somebody, we had a couple yesterday that were like 1 second that would just put in a bid, but they were both put into the bid at that one time, and then it would like shoot it up real quick. So, yeah, we're trying to make money here.
I'm seeing a lot of people switching to the sudden death where it's like only 20 seconds or 30 seconds, whatever it is. But I don't know. I feel like that's only
if you start the item to what you want it to sell, then maybe. But like, you just never know. We're here. We're in the business to make money. This ain't no charity case, right, Dustin?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
I make as much money as possible.
Yeah. Rachel said she drove by through Nashville. You must have went to Cookville then, Rachel. You still need to let me know next time you come through when there's plenty of time. There's plenty of really good vegan restaurants that we can eat at. So
we were actually planning a trip to Nashville, but
come on
with K-Way and Chris at Peak.
Yeah,
K-Way just ditched us because it's K-Way. It's the K-Way.
But
But no, I think something came up, or I don't know if we're going to reschedule it or not, but we were all planning on going out there, but it just
come through. Next time you guys actually put it together, come through. That'd be great. Show you all the great sushi spots, Chris.
Oh, yeah.
There you go. All right. So real quick, we're still talking about Whatnot here. I want to sell Pokemon cards on there, but how did you do it? You said were you breaking the pack? Like, how were you selling the cards on there?
I had a mixture of things. Like I probably had like $40,000 worth of Pokemon product. I went heavy into Pokemon, like around like the pandemic area.
Like everyone else, we all did the same thing. Yeah.
And I mean, I basically got all my childhood cards back now. Like I went that deep where like I started collecting all of them. So I have like all of the originals back and like probably 5 of each now, just kind of sitting there.
That's crazy.
But that's basically kind of what I used it for. I kind of used all the money I made from it and put it back into kind of getting all the vintage cards back, and I still have it all, and if I wanted to sell them all, I'll probably make some good money. But
yeah, now's probably not the good time. You got to have another peak in the.
I'm thinking of 30th anniversary.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. But I'm curious to see how everyone does it, and there's stuff on people that do crazy stuff on there that I just do not understand what the heck's going on. They'll buy a pack and that enters you in to pull a drawer or a wheel. And I'm like, I can't, I'm so confused. I have no idea, it's like what I bought or what, like the bounty, all that stuff.
I didn't have anything crazy like that, but like I did have, I had like something like the bounty where I forget what it was. It was for like a graded Charizard card that was worth maybe $300-400.
Mm-hmm.
I forget what the actual bounty was, what you had to do, but it makes people want to actually participate more and try to win that card.
Yeah,
for sure. But I also did a game where like I had a box of cards, just a bunch of singles, and it's like a pool game. So like they pay X amount of money per pull, and in this in all these cards is like, there could be $50 cards, $100 cards. But you usually tell them what's the highest dollar card in there, and that makes people want to purchase more pulls. But like a lot of people started doing that and started putting like just crap in there. I was like, no one's gonna buy your stuff if you're putting 3-cent cards in there. But like, people were still buying these people's stuff where like they're paying.
They wanted the big one.
Yeah, they're paying $30 and they'll get like $2 worth of cards back. I was like, that's crap. So I actually did it like the correct way. So it was more of a like selling those cards market value, but they had a chance to hit something that would give them a bonus.
Mm-hmm.
So I would be more or less making all my money back quicker that way instead of listing each individual card on eBay.
Yeah. See, Philly Magic's got it right. They say I want to do Magic the Gathering as my first show. Probably just do singles. See, but I don't know. I got to find the right way to do it because I want to do it because it's fun to open packs, and if you make a little money,
why not?
Why not?
Yeah, it's just really time consuming because you got to think each pack that you open. I mean, you could do it the boring way and just rip right to the good card, but a lot of people, rather go,
the experience.
Yeah, you put the 3 cards to the back and you wait to the last card. And yeah, that's why I was on there for 5-6 hours every night doing it because I used to do Instagram lives because that's where I kind of started. And I had, I think, about 3,000 followers with my bearded Pokemon one. And I would have a constant, 40, 50 people in the live just opening up packs. They would send me the money like PayPal. And I open up packs for them on live for hours and hours a day.
That's crazy. Yeah, I did see that, Rachel. I think all the cards that he had, I think I already had. So, it was a bunch of base. Yeah, we do. Dustin and I both do. So I just sold some extra cards that we had from the Crown Zenith yesterday on whatnot. And,
okay.
So, yeah, I have a whole bin full of Hidden Fates from 2020 from that reprint. Probably have some 10 ETBs and a bunch of the tins and
sealed?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I'm waiting for those ETBs to hit $300 a piece and then I'm gonna sell them. They did at one point.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
they will.
And the top evolutions and all that stuff. So we'll see what happens. But and Dustin, check this out. I found these at Walgreens the other day. Evolving size.
Nice. I opened up a decent amount of those when they first came out.
That Umbreon, did you see the Umbreon? How much it's going for right now?
Yeah.
Oh,
I didn't get anything from I bought a bunch of booster boxes. I got nothing.
Nothing. Dang.
Yeah. Oh, man. He said he didn't sell anything for the first 90 minutes and stayed on, wound it up, selling $180. That boy's got some perseverance for sure. So, I mean, if you're just hanging out, and just, I'm sure he's looking to buy some stuff. That's why he was on there for a while. So I'm curious to see what he wants to get. So moving on, we can do a whole different Pokemon podcast on itself. I think, Chris.
Sure. Absolutely.
So we'll do that on a later date. So next one up, Dustin, number 6.
Jason Momoa, aka
isn't that Aquaman?
Aquaman.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess overrated. I feel like everyone just loves him, but for me, I don't really know anything about celebrities. That's not in
your wheelhouse.
No.
There you go. You know Dustin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dustin's a celebrity.
I am.
So I'll tell you what though, Dustin. His character in the new Fast and Furious movie, crazy.
Did you already see it?
Yeah, I saw it yesterday, last night.
Oh my god!
Have you seen it?
When am I going to see it?
I don't know. I thought you you go to the movies sometimes.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
This came out.
You need to see it.
In forever.
Really?
I'm
not a
not
movie going guy.
We used to when me and my wife first got together. We
Uh-huh.
kind of started going to movies a lot, but then it's just like I'd rather just watch it at home. Like when it comes
I
out,
love
don't
going
know.
to the movies. That's one of the things I just love to do.
I just can't do it. You end up spending $300 for a bucket of popcorn.
True.
And
You got to get, dude. I found out so we have the Regal Theater, and so you buy your tickets on the app now, and you buy you can like have rewards or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So I figured out I have like 200,000 points and like Regal Club points or whatever.
Ridiculous.
And I didn't know I could like redeem those for like free popcorn and free whatever.
Yeah, you can.
And so the trick is in our theater, Chris, you buy like a small. If you buy like a small, it's only like a 50 cents more to get like the next size up or whatever. So I redeemed like a small popcorn and like a small drink, and it was only like 1,000 points to redeem both of the things. So I can get like free popcorn and drinks for like probably for the rest of my life. But anyways,
Rest of your life.
so and then I only paid $2 to upsize everything to like a large, and those tubs of popcorn are like huge. So
that's not bad then.
yeah. So check it out. Download the app if you can. So I love going to the movies, man.
200,000 points. That's crazy.
I think we have the only ones around us are like AMC theaters.
Oh well, y'all got those good popcorn buckets though. AMC theaters always has the cool ones.
Yeah. But like I said, it just
those resell really well too, Chris. Like the Thor one. Do you see the Thor popcorn bucket?
I seen that. Yeah.
Yeah. So Dustin's gonna fall asleep over here.
I might.
There you
Been
go.
a little day drinking, so it's rough.
Yeah.
You gotta sneak in the the candy under your shirt and stuff.
Oh, dude, we took like chicken tenders in there yesterday. I mean, one time, Dustin's wife, she took a whole Papa John's pizza in there. I still don't know how she did it.
I thought it was
In the box
Quiznos.
and everything.
Might have been Quiznos or Pop Subway too.
No, it was definitely Spider-Man, the Tobey Maguire one.
Okay. Oh wow. Okay.
It was back in the day, so
That was way back when.
way back. But anyways, Jason Momoa, his character in the Fast and Furious movie, really good, really good.
Really? Okay.
It's like
So was
it's
it better than the last movie?
Yes,
Okay.
yeah, way better. I give it an 8.
What are they
Okay.
on? Fast and Furious 37 or
10.
Close.
10? Jeez.
10.
I forget which one I watched last. It was the one where The
4.
Rock basically was a beast where he was like crushing concrete and
No.
which
It might have
one
been the spinoff
Might have been
because he did a
6.
spinoff.
I don't know which one. Maybe it was the spin like the what is it?
The Hobbs and Shaw.
Hobbs and
yeah.
Shaw.
Maybe that's the one I'm thinking.
Yeah,
of.
where he goes back to Samoa and sees his family.
Yeah, maybe that's the one I'm thinking of.
Yeah. It's still good though.
Yeah, that one. Was
sometimes
good.
you just need a good, disbelief. Put your just good popcorn movie.
I'm not a big fan of like the unrealistic stuff. Like, I don't know what it is when it gets to like when he gets a whole like concrete slab that weighs 3,000 pounds and lifts it over his head and tosses it like he's Superman or something. It's like,
Yeah.
I can do that, but I don't like to gloat about it.
All right, moving on. Number 7, negotiations at yard sales. Overrated, underrated. What are your negotiating skills looking like here, Chris? Are you a softie? You pay the eBay price on the piece of paper that they got next to the Beanie Baby?
Like I try to negotiate, but I don't like if there's a $20 item, I won't offer 5. I'll offer a fair amount. Like if there's a $20 item and I know it sells for like 80, I'll be like, I'll give you 15. Like I don't know, I don't go crazy on it because like I still want to make a deal. Sometimes I'll throw them, a $10 offer on a $20 item. It just depends.
Gotcha. This guy right here, brutal.
Yeah.
Yes.
What was the shoe? The shoe one. This man finds like basically a brand new pair of like New Balance 990s V.
Yeah, 992 V2s vintage, legit. I ended up selling them actually this week for almost $80. They wanted 15. I knew she would come back at me at 10, but I didn't want to pay 15. So like, we do 5. She looked at me and said, no.
She goes
straight no.
Straight in her face and goes, no. Just like that. I'm like, but then she said, like he said, I'll do 10.
Yeah.
Because that's the price that Dustin wanted to pay.
Yeah.
Yep. So I always go like $5 lower than what I like actually want to pay. So when they come back, I'm like, all right, cool, that's fine. But if they say yes, and I get it for $5 less than what I wanted to pay,
you never know. You never
always
know.
gotta ask.
Yeah, I love negotiating. That's half of the fun going out there, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
Today, the one thing that I hate though is when someone says make an offer. That's the worst type of person out there. It's like today it happened to me. This guy had a wrestling ring and like maybe 7 or 8 action figures in there. And I was like, oh, these are cool. Like, how much you want for this? He's like, oh, aren't they pretty awesome? Like, those are some good stuff. I was like, yeah, sure. Like, what do you want? He's like, I don't know. Make me an offer. I was like, you wouldn't like my offer. And that was it. That was the end of the conversation. Like,
so you didn't buy it or anything?
No,
you didn't make an offer?
No.
You're like, you just walked away.
He kind of started doing some other stuff. And I was like, all right, cool. He didn't give me a price or anything. So I was like, all right, see ya, I guess.
I would have said free. Offer free.
It's like, well, yeah.
Like today, I tried to make a deal on what was it? It was a pair of some nice. It was like Easter Air Force Ones, and he had the box.
Were they patent leather?
I'm not 100%
no.
sure. And he also had a Pokemon Blue for the Game Boy.
Oh, nice.
Ooh.
And I was like, well, what do you want for the both of them? He's like, well, I want 60 on the shoes and 65 on the shoes. He's like, I'm going to make you double up because you can get over 100. I was like, okay. And then he's like, 35 for the Pokemon Blue. I was like, all right, well, what if I buy both of them? He's like, how about $100? I was like, that's not a deal. I was like, that's what you're asking for. He's like, yeah, that's the cheapest I can go. I was like, I'll give you 70. He's like, no, I can't. I was like, best I'll do is 80. He's like, no, I gotta have 100. I was like, I can't do 100.
He wasn't budging. Budging. There we go. Danielle says, my go-to line is, I was thinking closer to yard sale price. That's a good one. And I was thinking earlier, Dustin, as inflation increases, yard sale prices are like staying the same, $0.25, $5, right? So that makes it to where the item is cheaper than what it was maybe a year ago. You know what I mean? Due to inflation. Because we're not gonna go to yard sales and they're like, oh, I want $10 for that, whatever. It's always gonna be like $1 or $5, unless you're Chris and goes to somewhere where they want $60 for a pair of shoes.
No, that was the flea market.
The flea market.
Oh,
okay, that makes a little more sense. Yeah. So.
Nah, the garage sales around here are pricey sometimes, man.
Really?
I don't see any garage sales that they want a quarter or 50 cents or anything. It's like, $2, $3, $4. It's not often that you see anything cheap. Like on Saturday, I went out with my GoPro and I was doing garage sales. And I looked at the footage. I'm so bad at taking footage with the GoPro here. I was like,
it's hard.
I deleted like 90% of my footage. I was like, man, I wore this thing on my chest all day. Looked like I had a bra on all day. And it was sweaty and it was hot. I was like, and for what? For 3 clips that I could have recorded with my phone?
Yeah.
I was like, man, I was so upset.
You got to find the right angle. Like I said, the magnet one, it's got a tilt. It tilts too. Because if it's straight up, it's just like looking this way, and you don't see anything but like the sky and the horizon. See,
like the weird part is I have long arms, right? And then this thing's on my chest like this, and I would think, holding it right here, it's good. No, I feel like you have to hold it like all the way out because all the items that I was thinking that I captured, they're like they're like this in the camera. They're like that.
They're like super close.
Yeah, no, they're like halfway cut off. I was like,
huh.
Well,
That's interesting.
I don't know.
You might just get play with it.
Maybe I gotta fix my settings so the camera's
settings.
wider or something. I don't know.
Maybe. Yeah. Just play with it, you know. You never know.
Yeah.
What's up, Kristen? Got Kristen Real Squirrel in the building. Good to see you. Amanda's saying it is hit or miss on prices around here. Most people are asking $15 for Miss Me jeans and $40 for used blenders and stuff.
Wow.
Clothes are dang, that's expensive. Yeah. He's saying his arms are long, Kristen.
Get longer arms. My arms are actually freakishly long. My wife's brother, he's like, man, your arms are so long. You don't have to bend over to tie your shoes. I was like,
got the knuckles dragging on the floor, Chris.
Yeah, it's
caveman style.
Odd.
Me and Chris might be cousins.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
You might want to talk to your daddy about that, Dustin.
Yeah.
So all right.
Unless you're from Europe, I don't know.
He might be. He might be down the road.
My
all right, Dustin.
Might be part Italian.
Do you know? Yeah, I think. Do you know your lineage, Dustin? You got to be Italian somewhere down the road.
I think my grandmother has to be part Italian.
Yeah.
One, she loves to cook. She loves to cook a lot. It's got to be. We got the dark hair.
Yeah, you got to
Randy.
take one of those.
Randy is a Italian.
Dude, he's Italian, but yeah,
with that slick back hair.
Yeah.
You might as well put him in The Godfather. I don't know.
Yeah. You need to do a DNA test so you can see your lineage, and then they can clone you in the future after you.
Should have kept those 23andMe's from Gimme.
Mm-hmm. Those had to have been fake, man.
That's sold.
Yeah. All right, moving on. Number 8. This is a good one. Well, I don't know. You like movies?
The movie Mars Attacks.
You remember that one?
Nope.
Number 9.
Great movie, Chris.
Put that on your bucket. I don't know.
Put that on your bucket list. The reason why I brought that up, one of the stars in the movie is actually Jim Brown, and Jim Brown, the football player, actually passed away a couple days ago.
Oh,
yeah. Huh. Jim Brown. Yeah, rest in peace, Jim Brown. One of the best NFL running backs to ever play. So, moving on, number 9, buying liquidation pallets. Chris, is that a yay or nay for you?
That's a nay for me. I feel like that's way too. It's overrated in my opinion, and it's very risky. I feel like I see a lot of it, but I feel like you get left over with a lot of junk, and unless you have a big warehouse, you have to kind of have a big warehouse if you're going to run an operation like pallets.
Mm-hmm.
Because I have like this right here is my garage, and it's only a 1-car garage, so it's small. Like I have it set up really nice where it's kind of like a little store where I have like a U aisle.
Mm-hmm.
But I always thought about pallets, but it's a lot of work. I feel
it is a lot of work. Well, we're gonna try it. The trick is you got to physically look at the pallet, touch it, feel it. You know, I would never recommend buying a pallet online.
Yeah,
especially even if it has a manifest. I would not do it. You got to. I think there's some good pallet places in Indiana too.
I'm sure there is. I see a lot of them, but do you guys sell like at flea markets or anything like that? Or
no.
I feel like if you're gonna do pallets, I feel like that's where you need to sell at, especially your cheap items.
Mm-hmm.
Go to a flea market and throw $1 a piece on them or something. Like, if you get a bunch of like little items from a pallet, that'd be the perfect place.
And that's why we want to start buying pallets, because of whatnot. It's basically the online flea market. You know, put stuff together, even if it's like little stuff that's not maybe worth $1. You can put it in a box, bundle it up, and then sell it that way. Yeah. We need to do it, Dustin. We need to go up to our little pallet place and see if we are the new one that we've been talking about. And,
we need to see what they got.
Yeah, see what they got. So,
are you guys have an area, like, do you guys have a garage you can do it in, or do?
We have 2 garages.
Yeah,
we have Dustin's garage and my garage. But again, like we were mentioned earlier, Dustin and I have been talking about maybe getting a place to where we pay a monthly thing, and we can run the podcast out of there, run our whatnots out of there, store our pallets or whatnot. So
You think it would be worth it?
Well, if the rent's nice,
Yeah.
it's all baby steps, you know.
I feel like
Dustin wants to jump off that bridge, though, right, Dustin?
Oh, I do.
Dustin would have bought like 1,000 pallets. He would have had a warehouse by now, all that stuff.
Oh, dude.
The only problem
Ripping
with that
people off. Come on.
I really wanted a warehouse too, but the only problem I see is I'm at work till 5 o'clock. So I feel like it's such a waste of time for me and money for me to have this warehouse that nothing is going to happen for all day until, maybe 4 hours at night, 5 hours, I feel like it's just not worth it in my opinion because
yeah, you're right.
I'm not putting full-time hours into it. Well, I mean, I am, but not through the whole week. So I don't know.
Yeah, that's a great point. So we'll see. We'll go down that. We're at a weird place, right, Dustin?
We're getting there.
Yeah, because right now we're doing whatnots out of my office right here, and it's getting a little cramped.
Secondary bedroom.
Yeah. So
I've already knocked down some Legos. So.
Oh, I know. My
pure accident.
My X-wing took a casualty. But all right, let's move on. Last one here. Overrated, underrated. We're at an hour. Chris, you good?
Yep.
I'm good.
Okay. All right.
Pro wrestling. Number 10, pro wrestling.
Pro wrestling?
Yep.
I'm not big on wrestling. I think like you talk about WWE and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's overrated. I feel like it has its own group of people that really, really like it. But it's like I used to watch it a lot.
It's a big thing, Chris. It's a big thing.
I used to watch it a lot as I was like addicted to it when like John Cena and stuff were
We
out
want
there.
you back, Chris. We want you back, man.
I can't. I don't watch it, but I get into weird rabbit holes on TikTok where I watch full out wrestling matches on there. There's two guys that are always on. I don't know their names, but they do like kind of reaction videos. Maybe they're on TikTok. Like they're
to wrestling matches.
Yeah, they're big on TikTok, but I don't know their names exactly. Santiago, is that?
I don't know.
Bell? No?
I don't
okay.
know.
I get in weird rabbit holes on just wrestling stuff.
We want you back. As a wrestling fan, we want you to, I'm bringing you in the fold, Chris.
Yeah.
Wrestling is better than ever.
Bring them back.
I sell a lot of wrestling stuff. I just don't watch it.
Yeah. Just, watch the big stuff. I'll recommend, like Bad Bunny just had a match in Puerto Rico. I don't know if you know who Bad Bunny is.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's good, man. It's good. Right now it's good. Triple H is kind of like has the reins now, because
I see clips of them and I'm just like, I feel like I don't like that. I feel like it's just every single match they win is just cheating. So it's
the bad guys cheat.
I don't know. It's a weird, like, anytime I see their like something of that pop up on my TikTok, it's them trying to be sneaky and do stuff to win. I don't know. It's weird.
We want you back, Chris.
You're what?
I'm a cheater.
Dustin's a heel at heart for sure.
Yeah.
But so pro wrestling. If you guys don't know, every Monday, myself and Philly Flipper, we do a reseller draft on Mondays on YouTube. We take turns. His YouTube channel, our YouTube channel, and we pick different subjects, Chris. And this week is going to be professional wrestlers. So we're going to take turns picking in a draft format our favorite professional wrestlers. Last week we did ice cream truck ice creams, and I think I'm currently winning on that one. So I'll bring up the list for you, Chris, and let me. Now I won't tell you whose list is who, and you let me know which team you like the best. Okay.
So how do you know Like you guys both finished your list, and
Yeah, we have 5 people that do it because we invite different people on every week. We do it live.
what do you mean by you think you're winning?
Because
Isn't it
people
done?
vote. People vote.
Okay, gotcha.
The people vote. So here we have ice cream truck ice creams. Team A, Dustin and Chris. We have the strawberry shortcake. I can't remember what this thing is called. The orange pop, the Neapolitan ice cream sandwich, the Twix ice cream bar. Team B is the chocolate chip ice cream sandwich, the Sonic, the snow cone, the Magnum bar, and then this weird bubblegum flavored thing. Team C, Choco Taco, the SpongeBob, the Drumstick, the Snickers ice cream bar, and then the, gosh, I can't remember what this thing, the Color Lick It thing. And then we have here the Mississippi Mud Bar. We were like, what the heck is that? This banana chocolate bar, fudge bar, Oreo ice cream sandwich, this weird murderous Mickey bar that looks like Michael Myers, the chocolate, I don't even know what this thing is called. I'm not selling this team very well. Sorry. The Bomb Pop, the Push Pop, the one with the gumballs in the middle, or on the bottom, Klondike bar, and then I can't remember what this is. Another Magnum bar, I think. So which one, Dustin, tell me, which one's your favorite one here?
It's hard. I gotta go see.
Yeah, it's hard to see, but
Gotta go see. Right in the middle.
Can I say this?
I'm just a Choco Taco Nutty Buddy fan.
I'm mixed between A and C. I'd probably go. See, if the Snickers replaced the Twix, I would go 100% A. But I don't know. I'd probably say A. Has some classics on there.
Yeah, it's true. Well, currently, Team D is winning.
What with the banana?
Oh, that's a fake. That's because this team sucks so bad. I think they're voting for Team D. That's what it is. They're voting for Dan. My team was Team C, the Choco Taco.
Yeah.
I mean,
Who wants a banana? Chocolate banana.
Now that I see the pictures a little better, that's a solid team right there.
Which one? D?
With the banana?
No.
C is solid.
C.
Yeah.
C is solid. That's my team. That's who I picked.
Can you go to A?
I gotta make it.
Oh no, never mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
There's a couple that I would switch, but what's the second one on A?
So we do like a snake draft. So A picked first, and then we go this way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the A one? What's the second one on A?
I can't remember what that thing is called.
See, that one and the Dreamsicle is the one that kind of makes me kind of lame.
Questionable.
Yeah.
Questionable. We should invite. We'll invite you next time. We'll pick a good one.
All right.
Chris,
Sushi.
we'll invite
Do
you.
sushi.
Sushi.
So tomorrow we're doing wrestlers, and we've had game shows.
Okay.
We've had Disney movies, meats or animals that you can eat. Okay.
See, my problem is I don't consume as much YouTube as I used to.
Yeah.
Especially when I started making like some content that I just don't have the time to sit there. I usually watch,
You can go back and watch it like while you're listing and stuff. It's always there.
See, that's another problem. My wife does I don't know if you know, but my wife does 90% of eBay now. She stay
that's
at home.
awesome.
Yeah, she stay at home with our son, and she kind of learned how to do it over the last, I don't know, probably 2 years, and she kicks ass at it now. And
yeah, that's awesome. Heck
I try to get stuff drafted for her, and then she goes in the drafts. She does the photos, and she gets the weight and dimensions, and then she puts it in our little inventory.
Okay, nice.
So,
all right. Well, let's move on to our next segment. So, if you guys are available on Mondays, come and check out the Reseller Draft Show. So Overrated Underrated, we do want to give a shout out to our sponsor. Overrated Underrated sponsor is brought to you by our good friends over at Poppin Off Toys. The best place you can get Funko Pops. Use the code NashvilleFlippers and you're going to get 10% off. So Dustin, do you got a tip for us this week?
I don't.
Okay. No Dustin's tip of the week.
Straight don't.
So we'll do a chat tip of the week. So anybody in the chat that has a great tip for us, let us know. All right.
I can't even see the chat. Is there?
You can't see the chat?
I mean, when you do that, they pop up. But like,
yeah,
I don't have.
I think you have to like hit it.
I don't trust myself hitting something.
Yeah.
Disconnecting.
So all right. So Chris.
Yeah.
Last segment of the show, we're gonna play Skip or Flip. I'm gonna show you an item
that waiting for.
There we go. Item that recently sold on eBay. You're gonna let us know, in your opinion, if you see this, would you pick it up or would you not pick it up?
Some of the stuff that I've watched, some of these, like this is like my favorite part of this. But some of them I'm just like, damn. I was way off. But then some of them I was like, all right, I'm pretty close.
It's interesting to see what people buy. It's insane, to be honest.
I think the one that I remember, I think it was a while ago, was like a jade mug or cup.
What was it?
It was like a jade, like
cup?
Mug maybe. I don't know. That was like stupid expensive.
I don't know why this isn't popping up anymore. It's giving me like an error message. Hold on.
Did you break it?
Not.
You go live on Monday. You said with Philly Flipper.
Yeah, with Paul. Yeah.
It's funny because let's see if I can grab it without dropping something. I think I have the only. Oh, I dropped something. I think I have the only signed thing by Paul.
That's
what
hilarious.
is it? Gum?
Yeah, he sold this on his whatnot. Like,
oh my god,
that's hilarious.
It was like a very long time ago. I was like, I'll only bid on it if you sign it. So he signed it, and it's sitting here.
That is hilarious.
And it's expired by a lot. So
I bet you it's still good.
I'm sure it is.
I'll give you some brain damage. All right, first one up here, Chris. Let me see if you can see this. If not, I can make it bigger for you. There you go.
Dolls.
A doll.
Okay.
So this is, Dustin, you can hear me, right?
Yeah, yeah.
All right, so we got here a doll. It says The Hunger Games Mockingjay Part 2. It's the front of the doll. A little closer peek of the doll. And then it says Barbie Collector Black Label. And it's Gail, a.k.a. What's the other Hemsworth, Dustin?
No idea. Isn't
one
it
of the Hemsworths?
Hemsworth, Thor.
Not Thor, but his brother, his little brother.
It's his other.
Oh, snap.
Brother. Jeremy.
I don't think it's Jeremy. But anyways, so what are we thinking of here, Chris?
So I've been selling a lot of like dolls and stuff, but like Hunger Games is really not. I don't feel like they're that popular of like for dolls. But I don't know. If I seen that at the flea market, I probably wouldn't pay no more than like $10-15 for it.
Okay. What do you think it's selling for? This is not a very detailed doll either. I mean, it's all black. No. He's got a crossbow. He's got his Chewbacca crossbow.
I don't know. Maybe $30-40.
All right. What about you, D-Man? What are we doing?
I'm buying it because I have volunteered as tribute at times, so I'm getting it.
Well, how much do you think it's worth?
I'm picking it up for like $1.50. So, because that's garage sale price.
So what is it selling for?
It's probably going for like $75, I bet.
$75? You think so?
Yeah. People, there's a following for like those movies.
Okay. Phil Magic saying new movies coming out, so it might be hot.
That is true.
So that's a great point. All right.
75 on the dot. So
Chris, you skipping this? It sounds like.
I'd probably unless I can get it for Dustin's price, I'd probably skip it.
Okay. So this Jeremy Hemsworth doll from the Mockingjay movie, just sold on eBay for $219.
Wow. Huh.
I would have been so stoked if I got it for $1.50.
Is that like, so when you're looking at these prices for like selling history, do you look at, is it based on just one sold, or is it like?
No, I'll show you. Typed in the wrong thing. Hold on. Let me
What
get
made you even look that dude up?
You know what? I went on this weird rabbit hole, Dustin, trying to find stuff.
Is my screen just messed up, or is the faces gone? Are we gone?
I don't see y'all.
Oh, okay.
No, the faces are gone. I'm just showing the eBay.
Just checking.
So it's bigger.
You can pick
so
your nose,
bigger.
Chris. It's all right.
Yeah. Okay. So you see here, the Hemsworth one is the one that's worth money.
Okay.
There's the other one with
What about the girl? Tribute.
She's $33.
What?
Yeah.
Why is Gail worth more?
I don't know. Even our boy, what's the other one?
What about pita bread?
Peter. That's right.
Pita
bread. $38, Dustin.
What?
Mm-hmm.
So is it because he's a Hemsworth?
I think so.
Is Gale more? Is he a main character or no?
I can't remember what happens in that movie.
So for dolls, I feel like the thing with that, because I don't know Hunger Games, so I don't know who he is, but I know a lot of people are big fans of Hunger Games, so that would lead them to making a lot more toys and like figures. So that's why my thought process is, that's probably like a mass-produced one where it's not going to be worth money, but it's always those not main characters, the ones like the side characters that are worth the most.
The sidekick. That's probably what it was.
Yeah. I can't remember what happens in that movie.
Rewatch them. Let's do it.
We're rewatching. Put that on the list.
What not list?
Put that on the list, Chris, next to Mars Attacks. So, all right. Next one up, we have here a nice little FM Sharp radio. It's like a light pink.
I'm buying it.
You buying it, Dustin?
I already know the history behind it.
You already know the history? Well, yeah, you do. You do this one. So, I forgot you did. So, the cassette player... what is that? Oh, okay. It's in Stranger Things.
That ruined the giveaway right there.
Right? So, what are we doing, Chris?
I don't know why electronics always pique my interest. I totally picked that up. But for price-wise, I'd say that's... I'd say 100 to 120.
Okay. So you're picking it up, though?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. How much?
How much what?
If you think it's selling for 120, how much are you willing to pay for it?
I mean, if it sells for 100 to 120, I'd go $30 as my max.
Max. That's a Dustin price right there.
I mean that's if it's like 120. Yeah, $30 would be like my top dollar if it was like an estate sale.
There you go. I'm gonna resell it. It says Stranger Things is worth money. All right, so this Sharp radio from Stranger Things just sold on eBay for $280.
That's
thoughts.
I mean, those radios, especially like I had if it's a radio and it's from a movie, that it definitely increases I had a mug that was from a Christmas Vacation, the Tasmanian Devil mug. I picked that up at a Goodwill for $1, and it sold I think for $180 for a mug.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and it was just because it's in that one scene in that movie. That's nuts. The 280, that's solid.
That's a solid price. Laura's saying, "Oh my God, I had one of those. I'm old." Hey, hopefully you still have it, because it's worth some pretty good money. All right, you ready for the last one here, Chris?
Yeah.
I can't remember if we have this one or not, Dustin. So hold your excitement, okay?
Yes.
How are you with video games, Chris?
I'd say 5 out of 10.
All right. Well, here we have Xbox 360 game El Chavo Kart. Not Mario Kart. El Chavo.
What in the heck?
My first thought is I've never heard of it, which is a good sign. And
Is this going to be $1 at the
my second thought
GameStop?
is whoever took those pictures needs to rethink what they're doing on eBay. But price wise, I don't know. I'm gonna go with high on this one. I just because. No, you know what? No, I'm not gonna go. I'm gonna go around $40 on it.
You're going to pay 40?
Oh no, I'd say that's what it's
Okay.
possibly worth.
Okay.
It's
Okay.
Xbox 360 also. I don't know. I'd pay up to like $5.
Okay. $5. Dustin, what are we doing?
Pay $1.75 for it.
$1.75. How much do you think it's selling for?
$125.
120. You're paying $1.75. So
He's
Hey,
in it
It's
for
one of
those
those odd.
profit
It's
margins.
one of those odd end games. It's like the one I found at Goodwill, that Spirits and
That-
Spells
that-
games.
That one's either screaming $40 to me or like $320. It's either one or the other. There's no in between. I don't know. That's all.
Or it's
that's
a
in my mind.
$1.75 game. Just saying.
exactly. Or it could be
Yeah.
a skip.
Or it could.
I'm buying it. El Chavo. Who doesn't want to play El Chavo Kart? I mean, come on.
Dustin, do you know what El Chavo is?
Not even. No idea.
You don't know what it is? So, okay. So I'm going to fill you in before we find out the price on this, okay? So El Chavo was a kids Mexican show, like a kids show back in the day. That's El Chavo right there.
Kind of looks like Gilligan.
Yeah. So it had a cartoon. I think they currently do have a cartoon, but it was like a kids show where
That's
grown
hilarious.
people dressed up and they lived in this like apartment complex thing, and they all had different characters, and El Chavo was the main guy, the main role. So
That's hilarious.
I don't know why that makes me want to drop my price down.
That makes me want to bring it up to 250.
Pee Wee of the south of the
I
border.
don't know.
Pretty much, yeah. So, Chris, skip or
250
flip?
now.
If it was $5, I'd pick it up still as
Okay.
a gamble. But yeah, I don't see it being worth more than 40.
Okay. And Dustin's skipping.
No, I'm buying. It's
You're
250.
buying it. Okay. All right.
50.
So this El Chavo cart recently sold on eBay for $138.
Yes.
Dang.
It's one of the more rare games for the Xbox 360, believe it or not.
Kanye, those games that you never heard of, they go for so much.
Dude, that was my first thought, but then like I don't know. Then my
The
other
name
the,
of the game.
pictures threw me off too. Like
Terrible
if
pictures.
you're gonna sell a $140 item, take a better photo. You know.
Oh, for sure. Now I'm curious to see if other ones sold for more that had better pictures. I should have did that.
Wonder how much. Hey, you know that game got discounted back in the day for $2.
That's what I'm saying.
for
Yeah.
sure.
Who would have thought? How much is a sealed one going for?
Oh, man.
Oh,
700.
crazy.
I got to be on
Disc-
lookout
look.
for Chapo.
Disc only sold for 40. 91, 50, 66, 87.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm thinking more of my $40 mark is that 120 looks like it's a top dollar there.
Top dollar. Yeah.
115.
Look,
240.
it's sealed. Brazilian
Closer.
version.
Oh.
So there is one for the PS3 and the one for the Xbox 360. Looks like the one for Xbox 360 sells for more. And there was a Wii version too.
A nice one that it was a couple months ago. I came across a lot of video games at a thrift store. I paid $250 per game, and I think I got 30 something games. I got so much crap on that video on Instagram because I picked up 35 games and 21 strategy guides for a total of $110. And I said my profit's gonna be around $600 to $800. And there's Silent Hill 2 and Silent Hill 3 for the PS2. Yep. And those are $250 right there combined. And then I also had the Silent Hill strategy guides that are about $70 or $50 to $60 too. And all the comments were oh, there's no way you're getting that. I was I sat there and I scanned every game they had, and I only picked up the ones that were worth $10 or more. And they're those games aren't worth $10. Those are dollar games. I was all right, whatever. I was
it's crazy.
People don't know.
They don't know. Joseph Shaw says, "Hey, bearded guy, how can I buy Pokemon wholesale? Wouldn't we all want to know, right?"
Yeah, that's not my department. I don't know.
You got to get You got to get a brick and mortar store and pay a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
That's how you do it.
Even the one that's here right in town, it's a small little I think they're both Yu-Gi-Oh and Magic based, but even they don't get that much product. Even though they have a store and stuff, they can't even get that much product for their store. I've talked to her, I was that sucks. They had a really hard time getting stuff in, especially when the whole craze was happening.
Yeah. He also wants to know, how did the bearded guy make money? He know wholesaler? He doesn't know wholesaler. It's just supply and demand, man. Pull good cards. It's gambling.
I spent way too much time going to stores looking for Pokemon at that time. It was not good.
We were there, man. So Dustin and I, we used to go to Target every Friday morning. And they would open up at 8, and there would be a line. There would probably, towards the end, Dustin, how many people were in that line?
30, 40.
And the last day, we could only get a certain amount. And the last day, they just kept going in the line.
Yeah, because
he says, after this, guys, we're not selling any more cards. Wow. I was dang. Yeah.
There was this one Walmart I went to. It was so odd. Or no, it was a Myers. I don't know if you have Myers by you guys.
Mm-mm.
It's basically a higher end Walmart, I guess. But we went in there, I went in there, and there was maybe 8 people in line, and the vendors there stocking up. So he had us going in circles around the aisles. He's you guys can pick one, you go around in the circle, and you guys can keep picking until everyone picks. So literally there's 8 of us going in circles, and people are watching us because they're just people shopping. They're what the heck is going on? These guys just keep going in circles around the aisle. I was this is so odd. But I ended up finding some really cool stuff. That was when Hidden Fates and stuff was first getting on the shelf and all that stuff. I was this is worth me looking like an idiot to pick these up. But
exactly. Yeah, that Hidden Fates wave, man. When they said they announced the reprint, me and Dustin were we got to get that shiny Charizard. We got to get it.
I opened up a very, very dumb amount of cards. I think there was a couple times that I sat down, and with my nephews too. Both of my nephews came by. There was 3 times that I can think of that we opened up at least $3,000 worth of cards.
Woo!
Yeah, it was wild. Pulled a lot of Charizards.
There you go.
Gosh, that's a good time though.
Oh yeah, it was awesome.
Yeah, you're never gonna forget those moments.
I told them, I was I just want the really good cards. I was I'll give you guys some other stuff. But
all the other stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they probably didn't have to pay for anything, so they're whatever, exactly. Man. Yeah. So, all right, Chris. Well, we're down to the nitty gritty. Thank you so much for spending your time with us. We always want to leave the podcast asking our guests any goals that they may have for the upcoming year, personal goals, business goals. Maybe you want to, broaden your horizon and eat different sushis that you've never tried before in the past. What are some goals that Chris Bearded Thrifter has for this coming up year?
The sushi thing is not it. That's for sure. But I don't know. I'm just trying to grow my social media a little more. I'm not trying to go crazy. I don't have time for it. But I have small goals for like the whole year. Like for some reason, my Instagram has been going crazy, and I want to try to hit 100K on Facebook and Instagram this year, which would be cool to do. Mm-hmm. And then I don't know. I'm just slowly. I want to focus more on my reselling. I just don't have the space. And we're going to try to get our garage extended here shortly and make it into a 2-car garage. And if we can do that, that's going to help a lot. And hopefully I can get this reselling thing even bigger and get out of my full-time job eventually.
There you go.
Well, there you go. There you go. You can do it. And guys, if you want to help Chris achieve those goals and be in 100K on both Facebook and Instagram, check out the description down below. It's got his little all of his socials down there, so check that out. So Chris, thank you so much for spending your Sunday evening with us, and this has been fun, man. We definitely have to come back and talk Pokemon, I think.
Yeah, for
sure.
sure.
Pokemon cards, so that will be fun. So can you bring this guy back on? We sure can. If you want more of him, check out all of his socials. I'm telling you guys, check him out. So, anything else for the people, Chris?
Nothing. You just if you want to come watch short little reels, I'm the guy.
There you go.
I don't do long form content, but I like my small little clips. That's about all I got in me right now is to do those.
There you go. Nice, Dustin. Anything else for the people?
Stay safe, my friends.
There you go. All right, guys. Well, my name is Ray. Thank you so much for another fantastic episode of This Week in Reselling. Make sure you like, subscribe, leave a comment, rate us 5 stars. It helps us out in the podcast algorithm. So, my name is Ray.
My name is Dustin in 4K.
I'm Chris, Bearded Thrifter.
We'll catch you guys on the flip side. See y'all, and God bless.
Peace.